Hello, Blighty Otaku here with some, well, a lot of news. Initially starting with, well, as you can see here, the EU referendum. Because 24 hours ago, before I went to bed, this wasn't even, the votes were basically still coming in. And everything was pretty much evenly matched. It was about 50-50. However, I wake up at well, I finally peel myself out of bed at around 11. Stop the alarm, switch over to the BBC News app, and what do I find? Yeah, 51.9% of the 72% of people who actually voted to leave the EU. And unfortunately, the results that for me, especially since I import stuff, is going to be catastrophic because, of course, the currency market took a nosedive, getting from highs of $1.50 to the pound at about 9:30 on the 23rd. However, I would actually find fault with the news reporting of the currency markets dropping like a stone, because according to all of this information on xc.com, the lowest point, which is 132.383 US dollars to the pound, actually occurred at 4:30 in the morning. And by the time I woke up, it had actually gotten to a more stable 137. And basically, at the moment, that is around where it is, at 136. Which, although means that prices are going to go up, as long as it stays like this, it isn't that extreme at the moment. Because earlier on, when I came online, at gone 9 o'clock, I read my email and found that the $12 charge for July's Humble Monthly Bundle had just been processed. And instead of that costing me £8.50 with all the necessary charges from the bank, it has now gone up to around £9. However, to actually shuffle off this coil of Brexit and all the garbage the naysayers have been plotting about, I think it's time to actually get on to another subject, although which more focuses on this channel, because what I will be doing tomorrow is I will be doing work on 2 videos. One being the piece on the aforementioned stack of old games that I dug out of a storage cupboard after thinking about after thinking about bloody moth. After thinking about thinking that remembering if I actually owned a specific game on PC. The other one, which I actually want to do before my big adventures next week, will be a small feature on the TV I purchased a little over 6 months ago. And I actually want to get that squared away before I actually do any work, before the inevitable overhaul of this room actually starts, because I want to get an initial shot of the sound. And hopefully both of these videos should be done in one take each. And then, well, actually, I could put that on. I can actually go straight on, because by this time next week, it should be well over 24 hours since I will complete the work on my bedroom, converting it into a slightly better office. And before that, there is still a lot I need to purchase, which I have thankfully actually noted down in a little document. So the primary part, which, well, from my main budget, which of £40, which comprises my normal £30 reservation for shopping, plus the extra £10 I keep for myself every fortnight. The first of these little out payments from that is my monthly shopping. And the only reason why it's so low is because I've actually managed to cut down on the amount of stuff I actually eat. And some stuff that I would normally get, I don't need to get because I've got an excess amount. Although that will actually go up probably about 2 months from now, when I have to go buy chicken breast steaks again, because I have been using the old Freddy Bento style tin pies for Saturdays, and I am now down to the last one, which means I'll be going back to goddamn moth. I'll be going back down to purchasing the plain chicken breast steaks as of 2 months' time, because I already have 2 months' worth. And, well, the next purchase, it's actually one of the things I'm doing. All the rest of the stuff, well, for most of it, is actually stuff I'll need when I'm doing all of the work here in my bedroom. The first of that is an LED light bulb. While I've already got a fully functioning energy saver bulb that has been going for a year or so, I think it's about time to change, since this thing takes an age to warm up. Next on the list is all the supplies I'm going to need for securing things. The double-sided tape squares, unfortunately these aren't the big 3M ones, I'm actually going to be using two adhere the top of the modem, my fiber modem, to the underside of my longer desk. The double-sided tape is actually going to be for the power strips, all the old power extension cords and all that garbage. Because for some unknown reason, as with that, I cannot get the standardized double-sided tape squares, which are big enough. And since I didn't want to spend extraneous amounts on getting this slot stuck to wherever, I decided to just stick with a plain roll of double-sided tape. The Command Products picture hanging strips is actually going to be for my incumbent ISP supplied router, which will actually be stuck to the side of the drawer section of the longer desk. Yes, and I'm getting a set of 4 coasters because while I actually have one coaster here, it's going to be a pain in the ass to actually keep moving it around from one desk to the other. So I am just going to get myself a pack of coasters and have one on each unit. And, well, of course I actually need toilet roll because I've been burning for it. No thanks to me doctor and the medication he put me on to assist with losing of the weight. Although thankfully I still have some cash spare from the budget. So I might be able to get 2 9-roll packs of the Subcheap brand. Before I don't actually have to spend too much. Then hopefully I can actually put the lot back. Put it back to when I actually need to get it next. I can actually go back to my usual use of either store own brand or Andrex. And of course the other stuff I have to grab: a 4-port self-powered USB hub, because I've actually decided that because I'm adding a keyboard to this laptop, I'm actually going to be using one of my old USB keyboards, and I don't want to run out of USB ports on this laptop. Since there's only 3, I'm going to be plugging a 4-port hub into the port where the sensor for my mouse is located, and the mouse and the keyboard will be plugged into that hub. The only thing with that is it's only got a short lead, so it is going to be sticking around the side. Right. The second item, and I'm actually going to be collecting this around the same time as the hub, because with some people's unknown wisdom, they decided to shut down my local PC World, which was only about 5 minutes walk away. And now the only place I can go, the only Curry's PC World I can go is right next to an Argos. And because I really need some space, some storage space, I'm going to be getting another bookcase. And the only reason why I've got it listed as $29.99 instead of $34.99 is I'm going to be ordering it through. I'll be ordering on Monday evening through Argos's Fast Track, which means I can actually pay for it at that point and hope that the £5 discount code that I got after I purchased the new Malibu desk will actually work on it. Then all I have to do is go down to Argos, collect the bookcase, and, well, collect the hub and head home. And of course the final item in this little line, my order from Overclockers UK, totaling £80.77, which includes the case for my budget gaming build, the hard drive for my the hard drive so that I can actually back up all of the critical data on the possibly failing Samsung in my desktop, along with a new keyboard and mouse for said desktop, and the obligatory SATA data cable. Along with, but of course, nobody else is going to know what the case is going to be and what it's going to look like until I actually show the box in the video next week. Apart from that, all I've got to do is get through the next few days, and it's going to be early mornings on the Monday because I need to go down to the doctor's surgery to get me next appointment and start the shopping spree. And the time is now coming up to 2 minutes to 3 in the morning, and I am going to put this to bed and go to bed myself. So, until next time, which will probably be in about 24 hours time, when I upload my next video, which I'm hoping for a one-take wonder. This is Blighty Otaku signing off. Catch you next time, and I'll see you later.